You know, when you stop and you think about how I am tied to Cactus Jack
Mhm.
in the famous butts and seats comment, when I think about it now, the years and years gone by, at first I was kind of pissed off that's all the fans would, not all, but a lot of fans talked about it. But then I got to thinking, you know what? Uh, it was memorable. And Cactus talks now about how I helped his career. Thank you very much. He said, you got people to watch it. Uh, I feel now, after all these years, very proud that I'm tied to him in some way.
That's awesome.
Also, the same way that I'm very proud I'm tied to Ric Flair and the Horseman and Dusty by holding their microphone. And that's why, if Cactus Jack has a final match, I would love to be in the stands to watch it, just to show my admiration for him.
You'd put your butt in a seat to see him
I
one
put
last
my
time?
butt in the seat, absolutely, and I'd sign a book for him.
I love that. Listen, the rumor and innuendo is that last report, he's lost like 25 pounds already.
Wow.
I think he was trying to drop 100 pounds and get down around there.
Yeah.
So he's a quarter of the way there already.
It's not easy, brother. I mean, I'm down in a year 37 pounds, and right now I am stuck at 208. I am stuck at 208.
What's the
So,
goal? Do you have a goal?
yeah, I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to lose another 13, which would get me down to around 197 or something around just under 200. That's my goal.
You'll
But
love
you
this.
know what? Okay.
He's giving a big speech here. This is his farewell speech.
Okay.
And he's thanking everybody. By the way, his theme song that night was New York, New York.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because he's going to work in quote unquote New York. But he's
Uh-huh.
doing a promo right now saying, listen, I got to acknowledge the two guys in the back who made all this possible. One is a creative genius, and the other is a visionary. He had a vision for what he wanted to put together, and now it's all coming through. It's all here, and everything I've done here is because of these two guys, and I want to acknowledge them. Ladies and gentlemen, the Heartbreak Kid, Stevie Richards, and the Blue Meanie. So, of course, everyone thought he was teasing Todd Gordon and Paul Heyman. Not
Right.
actually. It's Blue Meanie and Stevie Richards, which I just think is great.
Yeah, it is. God, the Blue Meanie. Huh?
Now they're doing the Rockettes because he's going to New York.
Dun, 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 dun. That's so good. That is so good.
And he's going to announce that for his final ECW appearance here at the ECW arena, he wants to strut out of the arena. And of course, the reason he's doing that is because we've seen Blue Meanie and Stevie Richards do the Fargo strut.
Right.
As part of their, I don't know, homage to the Fabulous Ones.
Right.
So you're about to see it. Mick Foley strutting and cutting as Cactus Jack alongside Blue Meanie and Stevie Richards out of the
So
arena.
that is so freaking cool, isn't it?
How do you not love Mick Foley, man?
Oh, God.
Some fan brought him flowers. And now we're just seeing some highlights from his time in ECW so you can appreciate all that he's done.
Uh-huh.
Big flying chair on Sabu, winning the tag straps from Public Enemy along with Mikey Whipwreck. Some really crazy stuff, including that unbelievable series of beer bottle shots, which I don't think they show here. And of course, we had the Terry Funk flaming chair. We're not going to show that either, but we do get a little Terry Funk action.
Right.
How about the no rope barbed wire with Sandman there? No, thank you.
Look at it. Look at him. Just he fell right into it and made sure he dug into it too. Okay.
And you see the fonts coming across the screen here. 1985 to 1996. Bang, bang. He's dead.
Wow.
Pretty crazy, man. But that's it for Mick Foley and Cactus Jack in ECW. Mm-hmm. Nice little way for Heyman to send him off. Once upon a time, fans would chant, "You sold out," and things like that when guys would take a contract. But I thought it was cool that Heyman had enough respect for Cactus to let him leave his way.
Yeah. And then again, I get the fans in a way. It disappoints me when they say you sold out. What are they doing? They're booing a guy because he's making more money for his family. What the fuck? Oh, here comes. Look at this young Lionheart.
Lionheart Chris Jericho wearing similar tights to what we've seen him wear in his feud with Hook. And he's about to be facing Hook's dad here, Taz. And Joey Styles was really introducing Chris Jericho to the audience, saying he's going to take everything he's learned in the dungeon with the Hart family and the Hart brothers and everything he's learned from Chris Benoit and Brian Pillman and see how it works against the one-man crime spree of ECW Taz. And the music that they have put on Peacock for Taz is god awful, Tony.
Okay.
I think in this era he was coming out to War Machine by Kiss, which is just a badass song, as you know.
Right.
And now, I mean, they're using fucking slide whistles in his song. Like somebody up there, is not a Taz fan.
Yeah, well, how can you not be a Taz fan? I mean, how can you not be a Taz fan?
I often describe to people Taz and DDP, and I think you'll get this. I love them both, but even I can admit they're a lot at times. But if you can deal with that, it's going to be a fantastic friendship.
Yeah, I just absolutely love, and you know what? You know this, before I even met him and started working with him, we were watching ECW back then.
Yes.
And I absolutely loved him because I thought he was legit, which
believable.
He is. Yes. Believable, right. And now that I got to meet him and know how he is, it's just, he makes me laugh more than any person that I've ever been around. And sometimes he's not trying
to make you laugh. That's not his purpose, but you just can't help but get tickled at him.
Yeah. I just absolutely love working with him. And he just
look how great Jericho looks. At this point, Jericho has wrestled all over the world, including Japan and Mexico. Now he's in the ECW arena wrestling Taz. And that's Bill Alfonso, former referee, who you knew from back in the day. And now he's running around blowing a whistle for Taz. And check Taz out here. It's funny because not too long ago, you and I watched episodically every episode of JCP through 1986.
Right.
And we saw a lot of Ron Garvin. And watching that with you made me realize, and I texted Taz and I said, hey man, how much of your inspiration was Ronnie Garvin? And he immediately replied and says, who the fuck told you that? And I said, oh, I'm sorry. I just saw the similarities. He goes, no, Connie, seriously, who told you that? And I go, I just watched. We're watching all of 86, and I'm watching more Ronnie Garvin maybe than I ever have in a row. And I see a lot of similarities. He goes, bro, I patterned so much after him.
Wow.
And if you take a look and watch, you'll see like even like his big tree trunk legs and the just his body type. Now, I'm not saying all the jiu-jitsu and all that stuff. I mean, clearly he's doing his own MMA spin on it. And I guess we should mention that the UFC at this point has been around for 3 years.
Okay.
So fans are people are at least aware of what Ultimate Fighting is, but nobody really knows about jiu-jitsu the way they do now.
Yeah.
And it's not like Taz ever called himself a jiu-jitsu expert or whatever, but he's doing judo throws and all this other stuff. And he was just at the right place at the right time with this presentation and character. I loved this version of Taz, man.
Yeah.